Okay kids, welcome to another cooking class. I hope you enjoyed the broccoli pasta last week, and many people commented to me in the street and on Facebook and all those things that I omitted two important ingredients, but they're more for the adults, and that is anchovies and a little bit of chilies. So if you're going to do the recipe again and you like to add some anchovies and a little bit of dried chilies, do it at the start when you put in the garlic, the anchovies dissolve, and then proceed for the rest. Now I heard on radio a plea from vegetable growers saying that during this coronavirus crisis people are not eating vegetables. I'm really amazed about it because they seem to be filling up supermarkets every day. Maybe they're having their steaks with toilet paper, who knows. But listen, jokes aside, today I'm going to show you how to make a potato salad. So when your parents cook a barbecue, you might be able to assist and make a really good potato salad. For a good potato salad, you need excellent potatoes, like these beautiful local potatoes. Try to get uniform sizes, or a uniform size I should say, and pop them in cold water with some salt. Not a lot of salt, because you can salt after as you go along. So you put a quantity of potatoes in the water and you simmer it gently until it's cooked, and you just test it with a fork or a toothpick or a skewer or something, and you see when it's soft. When the potatoes are ready, you let them cool, drain the water, try not to break them, and then place them on a tray in the fridge so they will cool and become a little bit harder, so they're easier to handle. Now for the mayonnaise, now this is a classic sauce. It's very rich, admittedly. It takes a lot of oil. Now let's explain what a mayonnaise is. It's an emulsion of oil and egg, to which you can add the condiments. Obviously some acidifier, lemon juice or vinegar, and salt, naturally, for flavor. And then you can add any number of things to it, as we will see in a minute. But in my experience, it is always best to begin with eggs at room temperature. I find that when they're very cold from the fridge, it splits. That's my experience, but hey, who am I to say? So here I have a light olive oil, really, really light, because you don't want the mayonnaise to be heavy and taste very bitter, although I do like that. But in this case, I choose a light olive oil. And you add it very progressively to a clean bowl like this. So a little drizzle at a time, maybe just a few drops. And we'll see if the magic happens. The purpose of this is to integrate the oil into the egg yolks without separation. This looks like a very kind of adult thing, mayonnaise. You say, what the hell, French word and all that. But in effect, look at it. It's a very simple process. It's thickening up beautifully. At this point, I introduce a little bit of acidity to break it down a little bit. I like lemon. You can use vinegar if you like. The extraordinary thing about this sauce is it can take an enormous amount of oil. 2 egg yolks, isn't it a miracle? Look at that. Here we've used about half a bottle of 375 ml, so you do the maths. I've used over 150 ml of oil. So gather everyone, give them a taste and say, Mom, Dad, brother, sister, does it taste eggy? No, it doesn't. What do I need? A little bit more lemon and a little pinch of salt. You know that I love my salt, but here you have to be careful. Mayonnaise is a base, right? And you can add things to it. If you put a little bit of tomato sauce, it goes pink, and you can have it with seafood. If you want to make it garlicky, you roast the garlic like this. Split the garlic heads with a knife, you split it in half, and then you put it in foil and bake it for about an hour at 170, 180. And when you squeeze it out, as I'm going to do, you get this roasted garlic, which really tastes fantastic in the mayonnaise with the potatoes. This is called Aioli. It's another French word. So garlic is a fantastic flavor, especially when it's cooked like this. It goes nutty And look how it dissolves into the mayonnaise, right? Now you can keep mayonnaise in the fridge. I would probably, if I did that, I would add a little bit of water to stabilize it, just a few drops of water. You can cut the potatoes whichever way you like. I like cutting them in half and then having nice pieces like this. Okay, that's just enough for a demonstration. I like putting some either purple onions chopped up fine or some spring onions. Now I tend to cook mostly vegetarian, but if you don't want to, you want to go in a different direction, you should bake some bacon and make it nice and crispy, or you can fry it until it's nice and crispy, drain it off, and then chop little bits of bacon, put it through. Now, a little bit of mayonnaise, as I said, is quite a rich sauce, and gently with the spoon you stir. I made a mess of this bowl, but you can do it in something else, and then pop it into something nice and presentable. Put the lid on or Glad wrap and put it in the fridge, and away you go. Enjoy vegetables. We need to eat more veggies and support our farmers, all right?